Yo everyone, it is Eian with Alpha Clock, and if you cannot sing like this, get the hell out of my face. Okay, so anyways, in my video where I got my turntable, I mentioned that I work at Journeys, and ever since I said that, I've been wanting to make a video just talking about that, kinda like how Bill did his Wendy's rant, except it's not really a rant, it's just me talking about how the job is and what I do. So, first off, let's just start with, let's start with customer service. When people come in, we have to greet them within 30 seconds or else they're like mentally inclined to leave. I'm just going off what they told us during training. And yeah, so we have to greet them, and then we have to give them a tour around the store, ask them like what they're, not really what they're looking for, but just because they don't want us to say something like, what brings you here today? Because it automatically gives them an incentive to say, nothing, just looking. And that's not what we want. We want people to be like, oh, I'm looking for this. And usually when people come in, I say like, what can I help you with? Or what brings you here today? Voice just cracked. Ew. So that way they actually have to give me an answer. Sometimes people still say, nothing, just looking, and it's something that you kind of have to expect. You don't really get in trouble for that, because it's not your fault. So let's say someone says, I want this pair of shoe. I have to go get that shoe, and then I have to get something that's similar, whether it's in a different color or like different size. Then I have to get something that I personally like, or I think would look cool on them, whether if it's related to that shoe or not. So if they ask for like a Sperry, then I'd have to get them like a pair of Vans, or I could get them a pair of Toms, or another pair of Sperry's. Doesn't really matter, it's just your own thing. Then we have the DSP wall, and that's just everything that's on sale. So we gotta grab something that's on sale, and in their size. Then on our way out, we grab a pair of socks, and that's that. So we go over there to the person and say like, hey, this is what we got, or sorry, we didn't have your size, so I grabbed this size. Then they'll try it. Then I'll say something like, oh, I brought this out too if you want to try it. If you don't want to, it's perfectly cool. Then I also grabbed this because it was on sale. And yeah, go from there. Usually people only want what they want. So very rarely do I show something different to someone else and they actually get it. I think I've only had that happen once, maybe twice. Or no, twice for sure. I don't think 3 times though. And then sometimes people will get the socks, and then we also have to give them, or not give them, but advertise waterproofer, and we have like the best stuff there is, according to what I heard. So usually what I do is whenever they're checking out at the register, I say, hey, we have this waterproofer, best stuff we have, it's great, keeps your shoes safe and completely water resistant. Bill walks in as I'm recording audio. Bill, is there anything you'd like to say? He says no. So whenever they're checking out, I say, yeah, we have this waterproofer like I mentioned, and then they'll either say, oh, what does it do, like how do you use it, and I explain to them, and then they either say yes or no. So whenever I'm making a sale, we have sales goals, and each day we have to sell a certain amount. But it's not necessarily required, it's just they would like you to, but they understand if you can't. They're not gonna fire you over it, unless like you just suck at your job, which no one really does here. So yeah, so that's the whole sales part. There's not really much to it, it's just you sound nice, you look nice, and you sell stuff. If you make your goal multiple times, then you get commission, and it's 4%, which is really sick. I love it, because I make minimum wage, but if I make commission, I can make like $9 an hour if I do good, which has happened, and I love it. We also have a 40% discount, which is ridiculous. I actually just bought a new pair of Vans, and they were, I think, $40 or $50 on sale. I'm sure you can do the math. And I ended up getting them for $23, and they were a pair of Vans that I've wanted for a very long time. I just think they look nice. And getting it for dirt cheap was just amazing. I was so ready to get 2 pairs instead of 1 just so I can get more for less, but I decided not to impulse buy. If you wanted to see me impulse buy, then watch my last video, because I impulse bought 2 records and a turntable and a cartridge and a preamp. So whenever we're getting a pair of shoes, we have the stock room, and if someone gives me this certain shoe, it'll have a 6-digit number, and I have to go find that number. It's categorized, so like on the left, far left, and then like in the very back, those are all the Vans, and if it usually like the very left side closer to the door to go out to the store, it'll be 480, and then it'll be around the 067 range, that kind of thing. So I have to find that shoe, and then whenever we find that, they go in like a snake pattern. So if it starts at size 5, it'll go straight down and go to like a 7, then up right, and then go down again. And it's convenient, but it doesn't really work like that sometimes, because a lot of people, and my manager gets so pissed off whenever people do this. People just put the shoes back like in the wrong place, so you can't find it, and it's so hard to find that I'm in the stock room for like 5 minutes trying to find 1 pair of shoe, and I still have to find a few more, and it's just but one thing that's good though is we're always allowed to ask for help, no matter what. I mean, asking for help is like, you're gonna have to do that, and you don't get in trouble for it. It's understandable, and it makes perfect sense, and just no one can get mad at you for it, which is great. Especially because whenever I started out, I was getting like so flustered, like, oh shit, I gotta do everything perfect, oh my god, I can't find the shoe. And then my manager and co-manager were like, hey, just calm it, no stress, no worry, you'll get it. And after that, I just got it, and ever since then, I've just been able to pull out shoes left and right. But occasionally, like I said, people put shoes in the wrong area, and GG, as Bill would say. Yep, he just said yep. And that's basically it. You sell shoes and you find shoes, and sometimes whenever we have like a lot of people coming in, we don't have time to put the shoe back in the place, so we put them in a little pile behind the register, and we call those drags. And whenever it's not busy, manager would be like, this person, go run drags. And we just put them back. And that's actually how I got good at the stock room. If it wasn't for that, I'd still be terrible. But yeah, that's basically it. Personally, I like it. I like it better than Kennywood because I'm always doing something. I always feel, I guess you could say, productive. Well, I don't always feel productive. If it's not busy and I'm not doing anything, then I feel so anti-productive or counterproductive, and it's just terrible. But at Kennywood, I just stood around and gave people change for $2 and then set up a couple basketballs and clicked the button. That's all I did. All day. Every day. It just got so boring, and it was so far away. But now it's better. I'm doing more. It's fun. I like the people, and it's close. I have to take a T, and it takes about 20 minutes, whereas I had to take a hour bus ride, and it sucked. So yeah, that's about it. That's it for this video. If you liked what you saw, go check out our other videos. Hit like and subscribe, and until then, I am out.
Hey, how you doing? So you like that video? That's great. Should probably leave a like and a comment to let us know. Probably share it with your friends too, and hit that subscribe button. Make us feel good about ourselves. Alright, thank you.